So, are you ready to become a podcaster on podcast? Download the Anchor app. It's the easiest way to do podcasting and it's also free. There's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's easy. It's everything you need to make a podcast all in one place. Hey, my wonderful and beautiful kings and queens. How are y'all doing? I pray that each of you are having a blessed and safe day. All is well with you. Everything is going great. And even if it's not, you understand my voice. Guess what? You have made it to a brand new day, evening, night, wherever you are in the world, you have made it. And that right there is a blessing and miracle within itself. If this is your first time tuning to my podcast channel, my name is Candace E. Brown. I'm a certified life coach. I'm a motivational speaker. I'm an author as well as a business owner. I am also a self-love and self-confidence coach is what I do. And I help all of my queens out there to take their mindset from rags to riches, okay? For those of you that have been rocking with me for a while, thank y'all so much. I appreciate all the love, the comments, the likes, the shares. Thank y'all so much. All the support. Thank you so much, okay? And if this is your first time, listen, thank you. Welcome to the podcast as well. Thank you so much. But if you've been rocking with me for a while, y'all know what I'm about to say. Queens, fix your crowns, okay? Fix your crowns. They can be cracked, busted to pieces, sliding off to the side. It does not matter. You have the power to fix your crowns, okay? And there are some of you, I don't know what my queens waiting on, but there are some of you out there, you haven't even picked up your crown. Sis, what you waiting on, okay? What are you waiting on? Need for you to bend down, pick up that crown, and walk like the wonderful, beautiful, bold queen that you are. Alright, so I'm going to get right into tonight's podcast. It's late night, early morning, but I just had this on my mind and I had to share it. And if I had to call this podcast anything, it'll be called Listen, Learn. Okay? Listen, learn. We all go through life and we learn lessons. And sometimes we don't learn our lesson the first time, second, third, fourth time. Sometimes it takes us a while to keep repeating the lessons until we get them right, okay? But once you learn the lesson, take it and apply it to your life as well as share it with others. So guess what I'm doing? I'm sharing my lesson with you. So as y'all know, and if you don't know, I once was married. I was married and I'm divorced now. And the reason I'm enjoying my singleness. I'm going to tell y'all something also. Singleness is a blessing. Because I'm going to tell you something. It's good to be single because you get to find out who you are, what you like, what you don't like. Okay? You get to, focus on you. Get that self-love and that self-confidence up. Work on your brand, work on your body, just all about focusing on you versus you having a spouse and you having to take the focus off you and focus on that spouse, because a lot of times we forget about ourselves, okay? When we get married and have kids, we put ourselves on the back burner, and you cannot do that. You cannot put you and God on the back burner, because I'm going to raise both of my hands to that, because that's what I did. And to be honest, I ain't have God in my life at the time I was married, so, I'm just being honest. I didn't even have a relationship with God. I didn't have no communication with God. I was going to church, but let's be real. I opened up my Bible on that Sunday, but honey, Monday through Saturday, that Bible was closed. Okay? I ain't really pray for real. Me and my husband would pray here and there, but I wasn't no praying woman. Okay? I'm just gonna be real with you. I wasn't a praying woman. I didn't have no relationship with God. Okay? And to be honest, I was not ready to be married. I was not wife material. Because I'll talk about me all day long, because I'm going to tell you who I used to be. Okay? Marriage was far away from my mind. Okay? It was far away from my mind. And instead of, I'm going to tell y'all something. Be honest with yourselves, okay? Please, please. I don't care if it hurt people's feelings. I don't care if they fall on the floor and they fall out. Be honest with yourself. And see, that was my problem. I was not honest with myself. See, one thing I've learned now that I'm older, I have a relationship with God, I know who I am. Honesty is the best policy. Honesty is the key. Honesty is great. Being honest, because let me tell you something. I lied so many times, and I lied to people, and I lied to myself. Okay, so now being an honest person, because it's hard to accept the truth, but the truth is what makes you free. And the truth was, I was not ready to be a wife, and I was not wife material. Okay? Because for one thing, I was still in the streets, y'all. I was still in the streets. I was still drinking. I was still partying. I was still going out with my friends. I want to do what I want to do. And I really did not want to be a wife. I did it for a little while, y'all. I'm going to be honest with you. And if y'all read my book, I put it in there. I did wifely duties. I did it for a little while, but I became frustrated, and I didn't know how to be a wife. Okay, I was always one of them people. He need to do this, and he need to do that. Now, I had my moments where I was nice, and I gave, and I did this and that. But on the flip side, I still did what I want to do. I ain't want to listen to no man. I had an issue with authority. And that's just the truth. I had an issue with authority. If I felt like you was trying to tell me what to do, or you tried to raise your voice or something at me, I kind of looked at you crazy. Okay? I didn't like to do what, I didn't like to listen to what you said. And if I didn't agree with it, I was like, no, you wrong. I'm right. Okay? That's just who I was. But the best thing that you could do is just be honest with yourselves. Do not lie to yourself. Do not lie to that person, and do not lie to yourselves. Okay? Don't do that. Don't lie to you, and don't lie to them. Be honest with yourself. And if I had been honest with myself, I would have saved myself a whole lot of trouble. Okay? I would have saved myself a whole lot of trouble. But let me tell you something. I hold on to the word of God. And God said his word in Romans 8:28, and we know that all things work together for the good, that those that love God and those that are called according to his purpose. That's my scripture. And I said, God, I know it's for purpose. It's pain in the purpose. I'm going to take this, and I'm going to use this, and I'm going to turn it into purpose. And I say, Lord, I'm going to take the lesson. I'm going to take the story. You're going to get the glory out of it, Lord. And it's going to help somebody else. So I don't regret anything, because there's nothing that I enjoy more than helping my ladies out there. I love helping my sisters. Kings, I love helping y'all too. In any way that I can, I love helping people. I love helping people. It brings me so much joy. If I can help a person, I love helping people, period, in any way that I can. But that was a lesson that I learned. And now when in my single moment, and getting to know me, getting to learn me, coming into my identity of who I am, and getting into my purpose, and doing all these wonderful, great things, I also still had to face fact with stuff about me, and stuff that I had to change about me. And I love Dr. Miles Monroe. I was listening to one of his sermons, and he was telling, you got to learn how to be single. Even when you're married, you have to be single. And I'm like, okay, Dr. Miles Monroe, what you talking about? Because y'all, I love him. I love him so much. But he was basically saying was, when you single, and this is funny, y'all. When you single, he said, it ain't nobody but you. You cook for you. You clean up when you get ready. You just think about you. It's all about you. You know, he said if your feet funky, don't nobody smell them but you. And but he said when you get a spouse, your spouse got to deal with that, and you bringing this whole being into your circle, and y'all are now become one, and you have to live with this person for the rest of your life. See, I didn't have no Dr. Miles Monroe. I didn't know who Dr. Miles Monroe was back then or nothing. Okay? I didn't know nothing about mindset. I wasn't studying, getting into no purpose. I was worried about what drink I'm finna drink and where I'm finna go pop at the club on Saturday night. Even when I was married, y'all, I was out there in the world. So when Dr. Miles Monroe was saying all this stuff, I say, man, he's so right. But you even have to learn how to be single, even in your marriage, because I'm going to tell y'all something. What I have learned, listen, you can't sit there and depend upon a person for everything. You don't depend on nobody for everything. And I don't mean materialistic stuff. I mean emotional, physical, spiritual. I mean all of those components. That is not, a human cannot possibly do it. Now I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. Because I'm going to tell you what I did. When you out here, you put I don't care if you put a man, a woman, a child, boy, girl, car, house. If you sit there and you just look for this thing to be your everything, you look for joy, happiness in it, you do this for it, you do that, and I'm going to tell you, my problem was, my number one thing was a man. I look for a man to heal me. I look for a man to console me. I look for a man to mend my broken heart. I look for a man to do this. I look for a man to do that. That is just too much weight for a human. It's too much weight for a human. And I noticed that in my marriage, and even the relationships I had after my marriage, that weighed on that person. I didn't know this at the time. That's why I say it's good to be single, because this is the kind of stuff that you learn and that you can go and fix and work on yourself. Because every time you turn around, you crying, you depressed, and you don't know what's going on with you, and you dealing with this and you dealing with that, and they like, what's wrong with you? Why are you crying? And a lot of times, oh, it's my mama. But see, it was more than my mama. It was deeper than that. Okay, it was way deeper than that. Oh, it's just my mama. I couldn't understand that for the life of me. Now, when I got by myself and I got a relationship with God, I said, okay, God, what is this that I'm dealing with? And the thing was, I'm putting all that weight on people. And that's the reason why half of them left, half of them acted out, half of them did this, half of them did that. And why are you doing this to me? And listen, I'm going to help somebody tonight. Do not, I repeat, do not depend on the human to heal you. Don't be sent up there depending on human to console you. Don't be depending on no human to mend your broken heart. Don't be sent up there depending on no human to do this and do that. That is God's job, okay? That is God's job, and He specializes in that, baby. He does it best. Can't nobody do it better than Jesus, okay? I'm a living witness, okay? That is God's job. That's what He do. And you have to put Him first. You have to keep Him first. You have to put Him first. One thing that I'm learning, as long as you keep God first, you're going to be all right. It ain't going to be no disappointment. Ain't going to be no upset. It ain't going to be this. It ain't going to be that. Okay? It's not going to be all of that. Versus you putting a human in that spot. You trying to look for a man to heal you. You trying to look for a woman to heal you. You trying to look for a woman to mend your broken heart. You've been had Sally on your mind for 10 years. Sally done moved on with her life, and you still talking about Sally to this day. Okay, you ain't hear from that. Come on, somebody. Lady, same thing. You sitting over here talking about Johnny. Johnny been moved on 15 years ago. Y'all been broke up 15 years. And still to this day, you still sitting up there talking about that same man. Listen, this ain't no this. This is to help somebody. If that's you, you still stuck back there in the past, you need to take a break. Okay? You need to take a break, and you need to do some healing, and you need to be single. You don't need to bring nobody else in that circle. It just need to be you and God and nobody else. Okay? You don't need to bring nobody else up in there, because you got to do some healing. And see, for a long time, that was me. I was stuck in the past. I was stuck on this and I was stuck on that, and I couldn't move forward because I had not healed from the past. It is so important. Let me tell you. It is so important to take that time out for yourself. Stop jumping from relationship to relationship because you afraid you don't want to be alone. Let me tell you something. You ain't never alone. God said he is with us always. He said in his word he'll never leave us nor forsake us. God is with you always, so you ain't never alone. The problem is we just got, I got to have a physical touch. Let me tell you something. Let God touch you. Okay, God can touch you and fill you up and overflow you better than ever, better than any human child or whoever could. Let God do that. Let God come in and do what only he can do. The problem is we don't want to wait on God. We think we want to go ahead. We want to go do this. I'm just going to get over here with Johnny because he going to treat me right. I just left Jim 2 months ago. No, sit down. You need to do some healing. You need to do some healing. Okay? Especially when you done come out of a divorce. Okay? If you come out of divorce and it's like Dr. Miles Monroe said, a divorce is a death. It's a whole death, and it is. If you don't come out of divorce, okay, give yourself some time. Do not be out here trying to, I got to go get out here and I got to go do this and that. I'm finna go get married to Suze over here. Listen. This ain't no diss on nobody. This ain't nothing, because I'm going to tell you something. You don't never know. You never know. You don't never know. That's all I'm going to say. You don't never know. And the thing is, we sit up here and we think that we over these people, and we not over them. That's what I want to say. You don't never know. See, you think that you're over somebody, but you're not over them. And you know how you're not over them? If you sit there and you see them in the store, or you see them somewhere and you jump, and you like, oh, that's Susie. How she doing? She look like she doing all right, and you stumbling over her and you staring and you can't even get yourself together, and they're like, I thought you was over her, and a feeling come up in you, and you like, what's going on? Listen, you ain't over them, and that's okay. You ain't over them, especially if you really and truly have loved somebody. Y'all done got a divorce, or this can be a bad breakup. Okay, y'all might have broke up, and it might be 5 or 6 months down the line, and you think you ready to date. You go out on the date, and the date may go fine, but then guess what? You see old boy, or you see old girl, and something spark up in you, and you get to thinking about them, and you get to doing this, get to doing that. Listen, you ain't over them. Okay, this can go from whether you divorced or you been through a breakup in a relationship. You're not over them, and you need to heal. You need to get over them before you can move on. It is nothing wrong with spending time by yourself, y'all. And I notice with a lot of people, they don't want to be by themselves, and that's what the problem is coming in. That's why people aren't healing properly. And that's why you going from relationship to relationship to relationship. You hurting people, you breaking people, because you didn't take out the time to heal from your previous relationship. You got to take out time to heal and let God come in and do what only he can do. Okay? That's something that I have learned. Now, people sit here and tell, I just don't think I could be alone. You ain't never alone. Date yourself. Take yourself out to eat. Take yourself out of time. Buy yourself something nice. Do something for you. Date you. Okay? Because, see, you got to learn how to date you even in a marriage. Come on, somebody. Even in a marriage, you got to learn how to go do stuff on your own. You got to have that time apart, because I'm going to tell you something. I don't know about y'all, but if I'm always around somebody 24/7, that gets a little aggravated. It gets a little frustrated. Okay? You need that me time. You need that me time alone. And something, oh, I want to be around them all the time. I don't want to be around nobody all the time. That's me. Nah, I love me and God's time. I love it when it's me and God. Because one thing about God, me and him, we talk. He don't never get tired of me talking. I can talk to him all day, every day. Okay? You need that time alone with God, and you need that time for yourself, and you need to go and do something for self. It's not good to be around somebody all the time. It's like my dad would tell me, if you sit up there with somebody all the time, y'all doing everything together, y'all ain't gonna really have nothing to talk about. You know, y'all I've been in relationship with me and the person I'm dating. We work at the same job, we live together, this and that. Child, that's why that relationship went in shambles. Okay, that's why it was in straight shambles. You got to have that time apart. And I love how Dr. Miles Monroe said, you got to be even single, even in your marriage, because guess what? You got to learn how to do all of that. Have that me time for yourself. Have that time apart, so you can have time to miss that person. Okay, so y'all can have something to talk about. Okay, something to look forward to. Okay, you have this is part of being in a marriage. And see, I didn't know. I used to want to be around, and then sometimes I'd be like, nah, I'm gonna be apart. But see, the thing was, when I was apart, I was doing the wrong stuff. I wasn't doing anything positive. I was doing some negative stuff. And you don't need to be doing nothing negative. You can't be out here in the world and then want to be married too. It don't work like that. Okay, I'm here to raise my hand, living witness. Listen, that don't work, because that's what I was doing. Getting drunk, want to go club, want to go hang out with my friends. I want to go do this, get mad with my ex-husband, because he's like, nah, you need to stay home tonight, then get my lips poked out. You don't let me do nothing. You don't tell me what to do. I'm grown. And yada, 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 just arguing. All because I want to do what I want to do. Okay? So, you cannot do that. You can't do that. But you do have to learn how to be single. You do have to learn how to do something positive. It's, ladies, get your nails done. Take yourself out to eat. Even when you married, do that. Men, y'all do the same thing. Take yourself out to eat. If you got some positive, listen to me now. Positive friends, positive vibes only. Not them negative friends. Put them negative friends in the trash. You got some positive friends. Y'all all on the same page. It ain't nothing wrong with y'all going out to eat or going catching a movie or what positive things men do. Okay, not popping in at the club on Saturday night. Ladies, not popping at the club on Saturday night. That's not positive. Not going to no strip club and all this here, that kind of stuff where temptation gonna be. Come on, temptation gonna be. You already know temptation gonna be there. So why go there? Why go there? You know the enemy there. Why go where the devil at? Okay. But I just want to come on here real quick and just share some lessons learned. Okay? Alright. I'm going to let y'all go. Alright? If you are able to join us on October the 23rd, we are having a women's grief conference. Well, actually, it's a grief conference. Men, y'all are welcome too. And it's called It Is Necessary, and the tickets are $35. You can purchase the tickets at mindsetchange21.com, and when you get there, click pricing. I think it's pricing and plans. Click the tab for pricing and plans, and it will take you there. If you can join us in Colquitt, Georgia, it's going to be at the LAPD Event Center. So make sure if you're in the area or if you can get here, we would love to have you. Okay. Also, ladies, if you are looking to reset your mindset, my course is on sale. It is available. on the website as well, and it's called 10 Steps to Restoring Your Crown. That's also available. Alright, I love you guys so much. May y'all have a blessed and safe and wonderful evening, day, wherever you are in the world. Wherever you are in the world, wherever you are in the world, where you at? Y'all know I'm country. Wherever you are, may you have a blessed, safe, and prosperous day. This has been Coach Candace B, and I'm signing off. You guys take care. Be safe.